Now I'll show you how to create tanks with this program. To do that, you need to use Edit Lines Plan panel. You can choose reference lines plan from this list and choose an operation from this list, or you can just right click the object on the viewport and select an operation. I will choose trim to trimming selected lines plan, and here it's asking you if you want to edit selected lines plan or create a new one, and I'll just create a new one. With this plane we can trim the selected lines plan. This side of the plane is going to be used for our new object. Other side of the plane is going to be erased. And you can move the plane with this positioning box. You can rotate it any direction also. I'll just create a random shaped tank here to show you how to create or use trimming operation. As you can see, there are yellow frames and there are blue frames. Those blue frames are going to be our new object. In this case, it's going to be a new tank. As I go with the active operation, the program shows you the new volume of these blue frames, so you can create the tank more specifically as you want. I'm done with the trimming, and I'll just approve the operation and click that button, and I'm just gonna create a new tank and change it to in yellow so you can see more clearly. As you can see, it's a random shaped tank. What I want to do right now is creating a portside tank for this ship. So I'll just remove the tank we just created by pressing delete. To create that portside tank, I'll just extract the frames that I want to use. I'm just gonna use extract lines operation. Of course, I'm gonna choose creating new object from here. I can decide where the frame starts and where it ends by entering frame numbers and x-axis position, or just entering index of polyline number, or I can just choose it from the screen. Now I'm just gonna use that and choose it from the screen. You can see frame numbers and x-axis coordinates while you're hovering your mouse. For starting frame, I'm just gonna use frame 16. To assign the last frame, I'll just choose frame 21. Those blue frames are going to be our starting point to create side tank. I am approving this operation and choosing trimming operation. To describe the right side of the tank, I'm just gonna rotate the trimming plane 90 degrees on x-axis, and I'll move it 3.3 meters on y-axis. Now let's cut the top side of the tank. To do that, I'm reversing the plane's direction and move the plane on z-axis 2.4 meters. So I'll just click the clip button, and now I'm approving the whole operation and creating a new tank from this reference model. I'll just hide the ship so you can see more clearly and make that new tank in yellow. So this is our new tank, portside tank. We can specify its name and code name and even its content. Let's pick diesel oil content for it. And now I'm just gonna give it a new code name and name. Yeah, that's about it. That's a new tank. You can also create more complex shaped tanks using create pattern operation. I'll use the ship's lines plan as reference again. You can add serials and shape frames as you want. So I'm just gonna add one serial and define where frame begin and where it ends. On the beginning, a serial has only 8 vectors. You can add more vectors and move them around to shape your frames. I'm clicking Edit Points button to shape this serial. As you can see, while I'm changing the serial's point, reference lines plan is also changing itself. Now I'm just gonna add more points on deck side and move those points to bottom side. To do that, I'm just gonna use that blue arrow, it's Z-axis arrow, and when I'm dragging my mouse, points are gonna move only on Z-axis. As I move selected points, other related points also moving on same coordinates. But I can prevent that by unchecking auto edit other form and create more bendy structures. I will move those points to create a wavy kind of structure here. And I add 2 more points and create a space on the bottom of the tank. I can do that easily with extend lines button here, and I'll move it a little bit higher. Maybe I can decline end of this space. Now I'll just approve this operation and create a new tank. I only used one serial to create this structure, but we can use more than one and make tanks with more sections. Now I will add a serial and assign frames for the serial where it starts and where it ends. I am doing this by selecting frames from screen. It's easier that way. Okay, let's make a starboard tank. So I'll just move those points to starboard. And also I don't want it topside goes all the way deck, so I'll make it shorter with these points. And I want this tank to have a notch on starboard edge. Before I move on and modify this serial, I just want to add 2 more serials to have the same shape as this one. To do that, I'm adding serial with from last serial command. Now let's choose the last frame for it from the screen, adding another serial exact the same way, and decide its length. as you can see, there are 3 serials look same, and we will modify them one by one.